Hello friends, it's Chromatic Sauce and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're doing the part 2 of the tattoo talk through of Iron Man from this lower leg sleeve. It's like a half sleeve. We might end up extending it, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, like I said, this is from a bigger project of a lower leg half sleeve based on characters inspired by his kids. So we got the Hulk, Iron Man, the next one up that I already tattooed and filmed, and I'm filming the talk through today, also Elsa, and then Captain America is the last one. So definitely stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see the next characters and this whole leg finished. But for now, let's just get into the coloring of Iron Man. So if you remember from the last video, I basically started with the line work for Iron Man, obviously, and then I did the black shading. So that consisted of, I think, a bug pin 18 round liner for the thicker outer lines, a bug pin 5 round liner for the inner detail lines, and then I believe I used a standard 7 round liner for those blue lines of the the blast coming out of his hand. I don't know what it's called, just a laser. I don't know. Forgive me. And then I used the bug pin 5 round liner to stipple shade, turn the machine down low, stipple shade in the shapes for the background and most of the shading in Iron Man himself. And then the end of the last video, I took a mag just to deepen up some parts that were going to stay black, so that at the beginning of this coloring session, I'm just laying in the dark blue and some green in the sky, so that way it's not just a blue sky, because there's going to be a lot of blue behind Elsa, so I figured the green could eventually tie into blue eventually, but that Elsa and Iron Man shouldn't have just blue. So I gave him a little bit of a different tone. She has a little bit more of a blue. Her background is a little bit less, oh my gosh, I got something in my eye. Her background is less, I'm just looking around blinking. Okay, I think it's okay. But Elsa's background is a little bit less dark. There's a little bit less black shading. You'll see that later. So I knew hers was going to be blue, so I was like, let me just give him a little bit of a green background. If you don't know, red and cyan are opposites on the color wheel, so technically red and green are opposites. So I thought green would be a good color for the background of Iron Man, because Hulk is a little bit of green, so we're bringing some colors into other spots, because there's not really any other spot that there's green. So we're doing a little bit of color play with that, and also giving Iron Man a little bit of a pop. Those little bit of green tones in the background is just going to help him look a little bit brighter and pop a little bit more. So then I had to translate my reference picture into more of a little bit more of a comic booky style, which was pretty easy because Iron Man is like a comic book character, right? It wasn't too challenging to the design really I'm just shaking. The design really lends itself. The design of Iron Man lends itself to being in a comic book kind of style. Elsa was a little bit more of a challenge, but I'm definitely happy with how I've been able to combine the styles into a style that's a little bit more like a tattoo style, and a little bit bolder to hold up over time, so that they all look the same, but they're direct, or a little bit more direct references of what the characters are. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So after I finished the background, I made sure to leave a full skin break for those lightning bolts, because I want that to be able to be nice and bright, to break up the darkness. I know it's going to be pretty heavy because it's going to be pretty saturated with color in the background. So I want to make sure there's negative space where I can get it, and I want to make sure that wherever there's not negative space, that there's nice bright whites to like pop against the other colors we got going on. So for this, I started with, on his body, I started with a deep red. I think it's, my nose is so itchy. I think it's just deep red from solid ink that I used. And I just blended that into the black stipple shading just to make sure it's really nice and saturated. And then I blended with, I don't know if I used just red or Diablo for the like brighter red, but I blended that dark red into a brighter, more vibrant red. But then I didn't want the whole thing to be just red because, you know, he's shooting the bluish laser from his palm. And then Elsa's gonna be at the bottom, so she's gonna sort of, like, if there's a blue glow, the blue glow is kind of coming from her, from the lasers, maybe twinkling off her snowflakes or something. So the blue's coming from his laser. So I wanted to do the red into the blue color so that it kind of looks like the glow is bouncing off of him, kind of thing. So his highlights are not gonna be white, they're gonna be blue. And then on the other side, there's gonna be like flames and stuff on the other side of Iron Man, on the other side of where his like blast from his hand is. So we're doing that orange highlight just like we did on the Hulk, that like yellowy orange, the warm highlight on the Hulk. And we got the same thing going on with Elsa, so that way we have a consistent sort of look among all of the tattoos, like within the one larger tattoo. Same line weight, same style of shading where there's the stipple shading in the background and then laying color over top. Playing around with textures like where needed. Obviously, like Iron Man's pretty smooth, like the Hulk, like we kind of have like the veininess, I don't know. But we're just putting color where we need it, like getting this color solid and just making it pop. So it looks like, we're trying to make it look like a sticker if we can. Make that color pop and make it look really cool. But yeah, so I filled in, I don't know, right now I'm just still filling it in red. So I guess I kind of got ahead of myself. Usually I'm not so like on topic with the tattoos. Usually I'm like talking more about design. But I guess I talked more about the design in the last video. But yeah, you can see here, I think I already did the blue on the hand actually, because he has to turn because it's like, it's an awkward angle. So I think I finished the hand. What I did was I did the dark red and then I did the light red. And then as I was doing the blue, for parts of it, I did use pure blue, like for the edge for a highlight, because it's like a light pastel blue. But for some of the parts, like especially in the hand, I didn't want it to be blue, like obviously Iron Man is like has the red hand. So I just took the light red and like did a little dip in the light blue that I was like blending it into. That way the colors would blend really well together. And I was very happy with the success I was able to get in that. And then, you know, I always like a shine, like even without the like glow from the hands. So all the like gold parts, I definitely needed to get the black parts in, and the face, I gave it like that little double shine that I usually do. The face isn't like huge, so I didn't want there to be too much black. So the one side has black shading for like that nice depth, for that nice strong contrast. But I did give him a little bit of a dark other side, so that way the middle would be really bright and shiny. So he looks like a little metal guy. Then I think I blended in, what did I blend in? I think I blended in like more of an ochre-y kind of color. I'm not sure what color I used. I think I blended in like a dark orange, like brownish color, and then I blended the yellow from that. So like the black to that like brownish, like almost like a dulce de leche from solid ink. But I feel like there's another color, like maybe like tiger even. Something like that, kind of like warmish, light brown tan kind of color. But that makes a really good dark yellow that can like sort of like hold up with that black shading and not go too yellow, because I wanted that warmth of that the black ink doesn't go green, but gold can be green, so I'm kind of like cool with the black mixing with the yellow in that instance. But either way, we kind of got that warm tone to neutralize the black a little bit so it doesn't go too blue. But I feel like it was really successful. It was healing up pretty good. Still a little bit like on the back end of healing, but you'll see it mostly healed in the Elsa video after a couple weeks. Let's see what happened after that. I did leave a little skin break. Little skin break. What? I can't say it. Little skin break in the middle of Iron Man's face. I like to leave, like I said, a skin break where I can to like kind of keep the brightness. Because I tend to go like pretty heavy with color, which I tend to like the look of, but I try to, when I can, like include skin breaks if possible, because skin tends to be, at least after healing, tends to be a little bit brighter and like more luminous than ink in the skin, if that's like a good description of it. There's just something about the skin itself, like once the redness goes down from like a fresh tattoo. And then after I filled all that out, then it's just like filling in the border of the inside of the plasma thing. Is it plasma? Now it's plasma. Laser thing. And I think I want to say I went from nice blue or something like that to Miami blue. And then later you'll see me go into teal, which is like a little bit lighter than Miami blue. And we're going towards more of like a warmer blue instead of like a cool pastel blue. That's like, his chest has pastel blue on it, but the laser is a little bit greener, a little more teal to play off of the red a little bit more. I don't know. I was just having fun with it. And then, like I said, doing the orange on the one side. I think we might end up packing white into the middle of the laser. I didn't end up doing it in this appointment. It was under his knee. It was sore anyway, and like we were tattooing for a while, so I think we were both pretty cool to like end it where we did. But I might fill in the middle of his chest and the laser with white, like on a future appointment. I think we got a couple more appointments left. Hopefully not more than 2, but definitely not more than 3. Like it depends. His, a lower leg is pretty big, and we've been doing like 5 to 5.5 hours like of tattoo time. So we're cracking. We're getting it cracking, and it's healing up pretty good. So I'm glad to like be able to have a client come back so consistently to like see the tattoos during their healing process, because it really is beneficial. Because a lot of times the biggest obstacle with tattoos is like, how are they healing? Like, it's one thing to do a really good tattoo in the skin, but you also want it to heal up good. And I want to know, like, is my advice of like telling you how to heal your tattoo, is it working for people, or are people struggling with it? Or like, and how is my like application, like, are people having like really like horrible times healing? Like, are people having good times healing? And everyone's a little bit different. Like every healing tattoo, even on one person, is going to be a little different. But generally, like, you can kind of predict how it's going to go. So it's nice to be able to like see a tattoo more actively in the healing process, because usually someone gets a tattoo and then if they get tattooed frequently, maybe they're still not coming back for like 3 months or something. So by then the tattoo's been healed for at least a couple months, you know what I mean? Like fully, like it's had a chance to fully settle. Like it's cool being able to see my work like freshly healed, and like just seeing the healing process of a tattoo I've done that I don't really get the chance to see that super often. Okay, I keep saying the same thing, and I'm like, do I have lipstick on my teeth? No, I don't think so. Anyway, here I am doing the teal, just to get that lighter, like, inner layer. I'm doing it like a glow, so like, the line on the outside is darker, then we do a slightly lighter and then slightly lighter, because the inside would either be the skin break or white. And like I said, I think we're going to end up packing it with white. But even if we didn't, I feel like I'm pretty satisfied with it. But I definitely do like, I I do like, especially in a sea of like darker pigments, and then especially once the blackish, like greenish, whatever background is behind Iron Man's hand with like more lightning bolts and like all the rest of the design that's gonna be there, it's gonna really pop. And like, especially like that white ink in the sea of that dark ink, it really pops. I keep feeling like my camera turned off. I've been talking a lot today. So for the background, just for the white, I filled in the eyes because I always want to fill in an eye, get it filled with ink, especially if there's lines all the way around. And then for the lightning bolts, I just sort of like underline them with a dark teal to give it a little bit of an edge. And then I highlighted the gap with white, like just packed solid, especially because there's black right up against that. You need that white because as that blurs over time, you need it to retain the structure. Otherwise, it's gonna blur into nothing. You can't just leave something that small just skin. So like ink sort of like will create a dam in the skin and like hold its own. So that's why I always pack things like that with white. But yeah, let me know what you think of this video. I feel like I was like chasing the topic, but like sometimes I'm talking about the video, sometimes I talk about what I was thinking about during the tattoo. But anyway, comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you think of this tattoo. If you have any constructive criticism for either, I'm open to hear it. I'd love to hear your feedback. You know, we can all learn from each other. Comment down below if you learned anything from this video, like about tattoos or anything, and let me know. Are you a tattoo artist? Are you an aspiring tattoo artist? Are you a tattoo fanatic? Are you just an Iron Man fanatic? Like, how did you get this video? Oh man, my thing's fallen. It's been crooked for all these videos. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Come to my website, chromaticsauce.com, to check out some more of my work. And if you'd like to get a tattoo from me, you can reach out through there. And also follow me on Instagram at Chromatic Sauce, just like it's spelled here. And thank you so much for watching. I love you. See you in the next one. Bye. Excuse me.